Hello to everyone at Hazefield Girls' School. It's Amy Williams here, former pupil and also gold medalist from the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Now, I know we were all meant to be on a Zoom call today, which didn't quite go to plan. And I was meant to be all talking to you doing a Q&A, and I promise you I will do that at another date. Now, I was going to talk to you about setbacks, about reaching high, about not having any limit to what your dreams are. Now, huge big subject. I'm going to just fill you in on a little bit of my life as a skeleton athlete, and I guess what made me just dream big, and I want you to be able to do the same. Now, as an athlete, I used to do 400 meters. I used to be a runner, a sprinter, and my dream was actually to want to go to a Summer Olympics. I really wanted to go to a Summer Olympics. I watched Sally Gunnell win her 400 meter hurdles at the Olympics, and I just thought it just looks like one of the toughest, hardest races. Let's do that. And I was plagued with quite a lot of injuries. So I had a lot of shin splints, a lot of compartment syndrome. So it's where, basically where your shins and your muscles grow at different speeds and you get a lot of pain down your shins. And so I knew, I guess at a certain age and level, that I just wasn't quick enough. I was good. I won all of your county school stuff, your southwest of England school stuff, but I wasn't good enough. I didn't get to do those English trials. I didn't get to the English schools. I don't even know if they still exist anymore. And I knew I just needed to find something different, something else that I could switch over to, that transition into another sport. And I guess that's a little bit of a message for you now as well. Whatever sport you might like to do now, whatever subject in school, whatever it might be, even if you're not sporty, you actually might switch over. You might find something else that suits you better when you least expect it. So for me, I had to accept that I wasn't going to be that 400 meter runner, but I was going to find something else that would suit me. And as it happened, I managed to find skeleton. Living in the right place, right time, asking questions, chatting to some people, and just giving it a go. So as it happened, there were some skeleton athletes and bobsleigh athletes in the University of Bath gym, and that's where I was training at the time. And I just invited myself along to have a go on this newly built start track. So this was back in 2002, so a long time ago now. And I think just the fact that I wanted to give something a go, I was just brave enough to go out there, join in with a session, do this start session. I wasn't the fastest on the sprint start, but I definitely showed some promise. I definitely had something in me. I then saved up my money and I paid my own way to go out to Lillehammer in Norway. And there they had an army ice camp. So back then there was no structure to the sport. There was no funding. It was just the military people that were able to do the sport. And so I went along as just a civilian, as a normal person, not in the military. And there was about 4 or 5 of us who paid to have a go. And it was a 2-week ice camp. And I will let you into a secret. I did not like it to begin with. It was hard. It was tough. You hit the walls. You hurt yourself. But there was something that just made me get back on the sled and give it another go. I didn't want to hit 10 walls on the way down. I only wanted to hit 9. And then when I only hit 9, I only wanted to hit 8 and 7 and then no walls. I didn't want to hit any. And then that love of the speed and improving yourself. The gym work, the going into the gym, lifting, feeling stronger, being stronger every day, making those small improvements that for us on the track, 100th of a second, a 10th of a second, that could be the difference between winning a race, losing a race, or even just coming in that top 10. And I guess for you, it's setting those goals. It's having achievable goals, those little tiny small goals, the big goals, the micro goals, the macro goals. What are you going to do every single day that will help you achieve that big goal? So I had just started the skeleton. I was aiming for the Turin Olympics in 2006, but we only had place for one girl at the time, and I was going to give it my best shot to get that one place. And if I fast forward to the Olympic trials, it was the races in the lead up, who was going to be the top ranked girl. And I was so close. But you know what? It wasn't meant to be. And you might find that. You might not get picked for the team. You might not even get picked into the right university that you want. You might not get that first choice. But stay strong, stay positive. I didn't get that place in the Olympics in Turin. I was just reserve. I went out there. I learned from the experience. I made notes. I soaked up the atmosphere. I'm just switching my arm because I'm literally getting a shoulder ache here. I should have set my phone up on a little stand, but I didn't. But I set myself a goal. I made those notes. I learned from the experience, and I promised myself that I was going to do everything physically possible every single day of my life for the next 4 years to be able to get to the the Vancouver Olympics. So even for you, if you don't make that first university choice, if you don't know what subject you're doing, if you need to start again, find a college course to maybe increase qualifications or something, you can. You just keep your eyes on that main goal, however many years down the line it might be. And it proved to me, having that fire in my belly, having that real dream, that real passion, and knowing every day for 4 years my decision was, is this going to help me win an Olympic gold? Or not even win Olympic gold. Is this going to help me get to the Olympics? Yes or no? Is this slice of chocolate cake going to feed my body well so that I can train and lift the next day? No, it's not. It's not the best thing to eat. So I wouldn't eat it. Drinking alcohol, going to bed late, going to parties, all those things that actually was not what my body needed as an athlete. So I didn't do it. And you know what? I never had one single regret. When I got to Vancouver, when I managed to get onto that starting line of the race in 2010, you know what? All of that hard work was worth it. And dreaming big, everyone always said, you are never going to win a gold medal or any medal in a sport where we don't even have an ice track. Skeleton, bobsleigh, luge, all of those ice sports, you know, we don't have an ice track in Great Britain. And yet we have won medals in every single game since 2002. And I wanted to prove everyone wrong. You know what? You can win a gold medal, and I am going to show you, and I can do it. It was going back to those goals. And you know what? Even on that race day in Vancouver, I went back down to my basic goals of the very first lesson of skeleton I had in 2002. It was the basic goals of lying on my sled, having the perfect body position, doing the same routine, that same ritual every single day of how you prepare your bag, how you prepare your body, what breakfast you eat, that consistency of every day doing the same thing, so that even at an Olympic Games, the biggest competition of your life, you could do the same thing. And it didn't matter. It was just normal. It was just another day on the ice, just another competition. And I think that enabled me to stand on that start line and just relax. I have done everything physically possible to get to this point, and what will happen will happen. I was lucky. That hard work paid off. I did get that gold medal. I did win. And I think the fact that I didn't put those limits on, the fact that I aimed high all the time, the fact that I just gave everything a go, you don't know if you're going to be good at something. You don't know if you're going to be bad. Even now in jobs, if it's a presenting role, if it's live television, if it's even doing something now, you don't know if you're going to be good, but give it a go. You know what? If you're rubbish at it or someone doesn't like what you do, you just won't get asked again. And it doesn't matter. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. You've ticked it off the bucket list and you try something else. So I just want my message to you is just to go for it. Give everything a go. Give and try everything. And ultimately, listen to your gut, that feeling inside. Does this feel right for me? And I think that is the answer that you should always listen to is this really what I should be doing or that I want to do? If it's not, then I think you listen inside and you know the answer. So I just want to say, I know this year's been really strange for all of you. I know things are just odd with this whole virus, but stay strong, really support each other, help each other out. Write those goals down, really aim high. You really can achieve absolutely anything that you put your heart and mind to. It will be hard. It takes time. It takes a lot of determination and a lot of dedication, but you will do it. And I want to wish you all the very best. And I'm sending all my love to all of you.